Well,
in
and
every
we'll see
ult.
how the matchup goes because I mean before the Puck versus Void Spirit, it felt way more one-sided than it probably should have been when it was Bryle versus I can't remember his name in the first series we played, where Bryle just had a what was it? It was a 21-minute Octarine core or something.
Yeah, that was a real quick Octarine core, but like,
10
I
seconds remain.
it's just I don't really know anymore at this point. You're looking at these picks.
5
You see, it's
seconds.
okay. I'm looking at both of these drafts, and I know that there is not a
Time
player
span.
that plays Meepo, but both teams have the position for their last pick here to be someone that's real greedy for farm.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's how Black and Yellow tends to do their drafts, where Rioy is kind of on like
10
a 2
seconds.
or a 2.5 and just let Yamsun farm everything. Of course, last game he played like a 1.5 on the monkey, but that's just monkey business, you know. But I think right now the draft's kind of coming to fruition. I think at this point it has to be a zero nature's profit though, because it doesn't make sense to have a safe lane natures with a mid puck. It just doesn't gel, I think. And a
Plus,
5 CM on that.
yeah, plus Safe Lane Nature isn't the greatest against the Tide Hunter.
10
Definitely
Like,
not.
especially if you go for the Treant build, which is the standard
5
pub one, because
seconds.
most of the time you see people actually going 3 and TP early now.
Yeah. They just want to get around the map. I mean, it is really good.
I mean, TP is a very like underrated spell for sure. Plus at 25, free TP constantly. Of course, for me, I'm sitting there as 25 Nature's Prophet. I'm looking at trees are stronger or free TPs. Well, I already have boots of travel.
Honestly,
So
the shard is hilarious. I I have not built it personally, but I can only imagine some like helpless Sven tries to Clawing Blade out, gets a tree in his face,
oh yeah,
tries to
no,
Clawing out again.
that's literally the game I actually played for Nature's Prophet like the other day. I think pretty sure it was versus a Sven, and I treat him right outside the dire
Turn to ban.
right outside the dire post, and I'm like, he quelled the tree and he was still stuck in there and it was perfect. So he turned around and tried to quell the other one, and it just summoned another big tree.
It's trapped. And that I'm glad that we see Ricky monkey bands. Those get the broken heroes out of
10
here. Let's see some like
seconds
real
remain.
heroes, you know?
Monkey King's not a real hero.
5 seconds remain.
He's too good.
I mean,
Any heroes that too good isn't a real hero.
well, let's see what cores do they really want then? They need something heavy farming. Jug is
Yep. They're
banned.
really leaning into Yamsun's hero.
Radiant's
Jug
I mean,
turn to pick.
not banned.
I can't
Jug is-
imagine they'd pick like anti-mage or something, but I'd be happy.
I don't know why, but I could see it's okay picking AM, but it's not good.
Well,
There's
I think
better
I mean
safe lane.
Ifrit,
Spectre?
the Ifrit heroes of old were always like Spectre, Sven, Lifestealer, way back in the day.
Well, two of those are dead.
5
So
And I mean, Wraith King is still in the pool. It's not fantastic, I want to say, especially versus Clockwork. You just kind of get same deal. You get kind of caught up in the cogs. But
can't do
I
Radiance either.
still think they could go for it if they really wanted to. But I think it'd be forcing. I know like you said, all those heroes are dead more or less. They picked Bloodseeker.
Seeker.
Okay.
All right. This had a lot of like activity actually in the last patches off lane. And sometimes I saw it as a weird position 4, but like it's interesting to see a Bloodseeker now. But like this is another good one though. It's got AoE silence, so it does
10
give zoning for
seconds
Snapfire
remain.
abilities.
It's really miserable for Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is really hard to play.
Yeah, well,
versus
Maiden
Bloodseeker.
just dies every time.
Gives vision for Nature's Prophet globally. It doesn't really affect Puck, but I mean, what really does? They kind of are ignoring it at this point, I think, in the draft.
I just don't really feel like the Seeker is strong because the Clockwork could still catch him pretty easily. The Puck still has great catch for him too. Nature's Prophet just sprouts him. Obviously, Bloodseeker doesn't keep a Quelling Blade forever, but like you were pointing out, if he gets a shard, then he's just kind of stuck in there. But even
I
then,
am slightly worried about that lane because I mean, it's most likely going to be Clockwork Nature's Prophet, and I feel like that's a hard lane for a Bloodseeker, but they're certainly confident in it, so gotta trust the pros.
I mean, even if it was like Bloodseeker versus Maiden, even Maiden is really good in lane against
And then,
Bloodseeker. Like both of the
I'll be
supports
honest,
are available for just destroying the Seeker in the lane.
I feel like Yamsun I thought for a second maybe the gyrocopter. See that come through. Classic versus Tide. They
I
could pick
haven't seen
PA
it.
still. Drow. Okay.
Force your
Okay,
will
well, you know what? I'm
upon
looking at it. They've got
battlefield
all ranged
today.
cores, but that's not why you draft Drow anymore.
Not anymore.
Um,
Not used to.
oh my god.
Drow
Zero,
Visage.
how do you not
That
have
is
any good cosmetics for Nature's Prophet? This
no.
is literally
He has
like
all of the good cosmetics for nature. He does this on purpose.
look at his robe. I am telling you that robe, you know what's
He's
sad?
slimming.
Here's the thing. Here's the saddest part about that robe, no doubt. That robe probably has more effects into it than Morphling's whole entire model.
Yeah, probably.
And look at it.
There are more shadows on that robe than Morphling, and Morphling is water.
There's more
But-
shadows on NP's robe than there is on Morphling's entire body.
You know, I really like this Drow pick. I think it aligns well versus Tide. I think it's good versus the Phoenix. I think it makes it really hard for It's Okay to play their lineup.
You Silvers?
And I mean, we might see a roll.
You Silvers Drow anymore?
I don't think you can. In good conscience, at least.
Right. Because they need. I feel like the only issue when it comes to this Drow pickup is that they do need a break still for this Titan Hunter eventually. You might go it on NP, actually. I've seen NPs do it, but not this patch so far.
It does build from the Oblivion staff, right? Which is it's not the worst, but it's just not the best. I feel like they're gonna be. I feel like the Pike BKB is gonna be his alley.
Pike BKB silence. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody still goes Orchid on Nature's Prophets.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at this. What does it build with? I'm pretty sure that's what it is now. That's why it's garbage, right?
Yeah. The Oblivion staff.
That's why it's garbage now. It's an int item,
Yeah.
not a strength item. Or damage.
And I mean, you might see it on the natures, but after a while, I feel like he'll need like at least Maelstrom, Shadowblade, BKB. Then he'll be fighting. Then maybe he finishes it. Yamsum can't build it. No shot. He's got other items to focus on as well.
I mean, at the end of the day, why would you need to build Silver's Edge anyway if you could just build a Daedalus, a Monkey King bar, and
Just kill him,
your
just
Drow?
one shot him.
You just why not just smack him in the face constantly? That'll get him for sure.
Exactly.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our game number 2. It's gonna be It's Okay on the side of the Radiant. Esk will be the Void Spirit mid again. Tide Hunter is gonna be played by Sword, currently rotating around to the bot lane, seeing that
Ifrit?
easy scout there. Equal on the Bird. Bloodseeker by Ifrit, and Snapfire by ZY again. The Dire will be Havarioya on the puck. Looks like in the mid, he's got the tangos for it. Crystal Maiden by Jubei. Yamsun on the
they're
Drow.
fighting.
Everybody's up here. Flea. Clockwork immediately. They find Ifrit. They want to try to get this catch. They throw out the Orb
they
and
got him, I
Jubei
think.
with the slow. He will throw out the silence, but it's not going to change anything. And Yamsung actually getting that kill is very important.
Well, and you see Zero and Yamsun both in the top. Okay, looks like Yamsun will walk bottom now with Jubei. It's going to be a long walk. But they did set up the lanes.
He might TP. I'm not 100% certain, but lag. Well, they do get the first kill, so I mean, it's just
Some call it. I mean,
gets to sit
NA
back down.
pause, right? It's got to
NA
be
pause. Yep. They didn't do it last game. They got to do it now.
Let's everybody stretch,
A battle for the ages.
Yep.
And
so
yeah, I
that's-
mean, I think reading the lanes, I guess they did kill Ifrit top, so they kind of know where he is, but they don't want the Tide to be versus the Natures, just because Anchor Smash, I mean, Natures doesn't do anything versus Tide, except for die eventually, once the Tide gets levels.
Nature's doesn't do anything to Tide except just dying. I like that. You're not wrong though.
I try.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's just basically it. Nature's can't win Tide. Like we talked about it in the draft. You can't run Nature's versus Tide. It's impossible.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that It's Okay might just let them have it, just because they are at least. The thing is, if they TP, they are going to lose, right? Whoever TPs first is always the team that doesn't get the lanes they want. But I think It's Okay. We'll see what they do. I mean, this is all just theory at this point.
Hey, theory crafting is half of the story of Dota.
That's true.
We wouldn't have a whole international won purely on techies and pudge if there wasn't theory crafting.
I remember I've watched I am a big fan of the free to play documentary. I've watched those TI1 games. 440 Tinker, that was meta.
No,
That was the build.
I hated it because I hate Tinker. I was casting during that patch, dude. I hated Tinker so much. He was in every game. Nobody ever banned him because they wanted to play him.
That was before like shrines. That was before like the hero actually had like the tools to be good. You know, just have a 800 damage combo or whatever. Just kill a few people. It's fun.
I hated that so much.
And no Jubei clock. That's just sad. But oh, and we do see the TPs. Ifrit actually TP's top. So I guess that it's okay. He's gonna let him have it.
I mean, they wanted to. Ifrit will win the lane for sure. Like this feels weird, right? Because I've definitely seen a patch like this before, where I've seen Tide actually play as a safe laner before, and you've seen a Bloodseeker play as an off lane before. Like this isn't even like a foreign draft. This is actually just like a normal possible draft.
Oh, and we'll see. I think that the Treant damage got nerfed, so maybe his laning is slightly worse. But my brain is telling me that this is going to be a bad lane for Ifrit. But with 3 heroes up here, I mean, it looks like this is Grief the offlaner Dota so far.
Eska casually taking 2 tower shots, trying to confirm the range creep.
He's actually cutting the waves for this natures. I've never seen this before. He's done in this fashion.
I think because usually, right, you take it towards the first set of stairs that are right here, and then you go from there up. But it looks like he's taking them for a ride here.
No, Flea's getting level 2. These are Flea's creeps now. These maybe Zero's trying to meet him. Maybe they saw the small camp was blocked, so that he just thought that he had to creep cut, especially with 3 heroes down here.
And there it is.
I mean, it worked. He did it beautifully.
Yeah, it didn't even take that much damage. I've seen people just absolutely die to creeps just by trying to take those across.
And Sword is unhappy. He is playing the true offlaner.
Thought Flea was gonna get jumped on there, but he's perfectly fine. But like you're saying, it's this triple support lineup. The Tide is actually just perfectly fine down here in the bot. He already salved, but he is double ring of protection.
He's got a decent amount of armor. He is going to start pulling for himself, but if Jubei just keeps the lane where he wants it, Yamsun is going to be very, very happy. He's 8 and 6. I think Sword missed an entire wave just because he got zoned off of it. He's out of regen too. It's been an uphill battle a little bit. But if Jubei gets this pull, then yeah, Sword is going to be in a little bit of trouble.
He doesn't want that either. And I believe I saw earlier, like you were saying, with all of his regen just dying out there, it is the power of multi-shot. Can't underestimate it. It's still a really strong ability, guys. You see it in your pubs all the time. That's what you die to. You don't die to Drow right-clicking you unless you're right in front of Drow dying to it.
ESK has a salve. He'll be okay.
Yeah, he's got to hold it off. There's a lot of regen that he has to expend for this one. But Ryoya has bottle, where Esk also has bottle. So they want to... It's a bottle fight, basically. This bottle, whoever gets
this lane
it,
is really 50-50 right now. These 4-minute runes are really going to be make or break, or somebody's going to have to TP to base and refill the bottles that way.
Let's check. So there's a ward scouting it there, and there's a ward scouting it there. So it is just going to be whoever sees it is going to be the one to get it. Flea's Courier yet again getting clipped by Nikla in the top lane. You can't underestimate these courier clips because 25 gold for every hero. That's 125 gold difference. That's quick NA math right there.
That's a lot of gold. And
That's
here we go.
gold.
Runes.
Here it is.
ESK needs to be a little bit careful. Ryo doesn't have enough mana. But here we go. Both supports are at the top.
Oh, that's an interesting pause point, but all right. Got 1 second
359
till the rune.
Well, yeah, 1 second till runes.
Well, here's the thing, right? You know that glitch that happens like every now and again when you're paused and like you're in the midst of right clicking, but the guy dies in the pause anyway?
Yeah.
What if he was trying to pause to see if it would do it for the rune?
I'd be down for it.
I doubt that's ever going to happen, but
I think if the rune is bottom, the Ryoya is ecstatic. I think this lane is going to get really hard for Esk. He's got yeah, Salve and a raindrop coming, but this is going to start becoming an uphill battle. Sword 2 finishes Buckler in the bottom lane, but I think Yamsun, yeah, he's got 2 Wraith Bands. He's going to have Tread soon. 16 and 17 and 11 about to be.
he is actually underneath the last hits of the Bloodseeker, but the Seeker has been able to pressure Zero quite heavily, not to mention he's getting CS from Treants, and the Treant net worth gold isn't really that much anymore, but it's still,
Yeah, it's like 7 or something. It's not great.
It's 7 for normal Treants, and then it's like, what is it, like 14 to 32, I think, ish for the big ones. No,
Okay.
it's 14 to 21.
And that's awful.
Yeah, remember when they used to be literal like creeps worth of gold?
Yeah, those were, I remember because
You
that's
just
when they
wouldn't
just
play
changed
natures.
the buyback penalty. That's when
Yeah.
that hero is still very popular.
Oh, remember old Necro?
Old Necro.
I
You
love
can't buy
old
back.
Necro. It was great. The
And
rune is bottom.
Ryoya, he's happy.
Happy boy. It's that nice extra bottle there. The haste rune is a good one too, so it'll help him make some plays when he needs it. But now we're back into normal laning. It's 2 in the bot lane in the time being. Esk. Now it's
And
Sal.
ZY is finally coming down to help Sword, which, I mean, I think they did a really good job. Ifrit is just as happy as Yamsun, like you said, at least CS-wise. Maybe a little worse off net worth-wise, but both safe laners are chilling. They're very pleased, I think, with this laning stage.
Very slow game so far, but like you're saying, it's very confident laning stage. But they don't know that ZY's here. Cookie is there and actually
Nice
whips.
dodge.
We do have the bird coming in. He's gonna clip yet another courier.
Another
Here's
courier.
the third one down, but Jubei will be the
Jubei
first
is-
one to fall here in this lane as he's getting very low. The bird will claim the right click.
Nico has a 3k courier count. He's owning. He's gonna get both these bounty runes as well.
Yeah, Ryoya is actually just absolutely great because it's just he's zooming around. Look at him go. Oh, look at my boy. He's going around.
Yeah,
quick
he gets both of them. He's gonna start spamming ESK.
Top
He does
lane.
have the raindrop, so it's not that bad.
Lead now with Cogs. He finds the jump on Ifrit. It throws out the Treants. Is
blocks.
it enough for the block? It is. The Treants aren't there,
Oh.
but he actually gets pushed by a phantom
The
cog
Cog.
that didn't exist. And Jubei unable to help get that confirmed there. He didn't have enough mana for his Q, nor was it up. That cog wasn't even there.
Yeah, that was,
Like, you saw that, right? That cog was gone.
and that was done perfectly too because Nico was ready. He had already auto attacked the right cog, and he was about to walk out, but Zero just had the perfectly timed sprout, and just wow, I can't believe that cog pushed him.
Dota, come on. Okay, Flea's denying the chance at the top rune again. Ryoya getting the bottle. That's just, this is fantastic. He's having an easy lane now that he's getting these confirmed bottles. And that's the thing about Clockwork, right? It's just, oh, Drow having troubles down here, though. In the meantime, they will find this kill on Jansen, but Flea unable to help him out here. My bad, indeed. It was quite a hard one to hold there if you get jumped here by this good old Cookie Tide combo.
Yeah, the bright side is that I think Drow is it's one of those safe fighters that is truly miserable versus Snapfire. All like Scatterblast, Fire Snap, they're just so good versus Drow, and 0 points in Gust. I mean, he's not gonna get any points in Gust, but doesn't have any way to survive versus that.
Yeah, you don't want to get Gust in the off lane as a Drow. I think if you were safe lane, you might be value pointing it. Where are we TPing? He's still going bot. Okay. All right, I heard
Yeah,
Nature's
he
Prophet
doesn't
TP.
want to leave this side of the map. He really just wants to stay down here, probably farm the 2 camps and then the Ancients whenever he can. Hopefully.
He was trying real hard to get sword there, but
Ravage,
the
it popped off
Ravage
the
is
creep.
there. They do have the bird coming on in,
Meek
and
was
this is
there.
yet again another dead Drow.
And that's a really unfortunate death. And Ryo is here, but just a little bit too late. If he's able to get Sword, it might be fine, but Sword is pretty tanky.
Yeah, he finds the two-man coil. They're holding him down underneath these trees.
Oh,
Here they find a beautiful two-man cog.
Oh, one
the
more?
NP. Ult goes through. Neek was very low. Ryoya finds the last right click. No salve available. No nothing. But at the same time, Ryoya is going to get jumped on here by Esk. Will they find the Remnant? They do.
The Remnant.
They will find this kill. No, he's
damage,
silenced
though.
again. He's out of there. But all this was happening. Zero did go down to Ifrit up in the top lane. I believe Rupture being used as well. It was.
Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't able to TP out. I'm guessing he had his normal TP. Yeah, he had teleportation off cooldown, but his normal TP was on cooldown. So he just got silenced and he couldn't live through it. That was a great ulti from Zero though. That hit perfectly bottom.
I mean, that he did what he needed to do. It absolutely destroyed him, and it went on from there. Zero, stunned up, wexed up again, but is going to dodge the cookie. Not going to find it, though. They will be able to push it away. Now, what's going on here? So they have 4 down in the spot. Now it's 4-4 even. They want to get... This Drow can't farm. Drow has to go mid now.
He needs his level 6. Once he gets it, he's going to be, you know, okay, but there we go.
Lane. They're lining up. Peak was ready. He's got some burn damage. It goes out to Zero. No egg available. The silence is there. The cookie for saving.
Nice,
Isn't going to save him, though. Ryoya gets it with the orb. Actually, jaunts over to it. They're like, where is he?
And
Where did he go?
Yeah, they heard it, but they, not able to get a pinpoint as the location, so he will be able to walk out.
Well, Nature's ult goes through.
Jube.
Oh, that's the thing with Crystal Maiden, right? You got these heavy burst damage heroes. Zero, you have no HP, my dude. He gets jumped on by Cookie. The shotgun's there. Unable to find the latch, though. They can't quite get him just yet. They find this kill. If Yamsum gets this kill on Esk, will be great.
He's gonna get
coiled.
coiled.
Find it. There's the coil. Yep, there it is. And that looks like a kill on Esk here. I think in that scenario, you probably should have just walked out and let the snap happen and try to give the kill to not Drow, but it looks like Ryoya got it anyway. I mean, Drow's still heavy farming here. We're at the 9-minute mark. I'm going to switch over the net worth already, and we see the Bloodseeker is leading because I'm curious where the Drow is. She is currently 3rd, only a little bit above the mid lane, but the opposing safe lane running at 4.4 being the Bloodseeker, having a great time.
Oh, and she gets a Possessed Mask, so she's very happy, I think. And Dire Drow is a lot faster, I think, than Radiant Drow. She'll be able to farm these 2 camps at the same time, and she'll be able to catch up very nicely, get a lot of levels.
So I know we're not supposed to talk about Twitch chat all the time, but it looks like you already have your first copy pasta.
Oh, nice.
You have a copy pasta now.
Nice.
It sounds weird, I know, but it's just you got it. It's there. Hoggies.
There will be many more.
Many more to come. He's got to be here for the next 4 days, ladies and gentlemen, unless something goes down. So, you know, just get used to it. If you got those pastas, you might as well just hold on to them in your post-it notes here. But speaking of posts, we see down in the bot lane again. Zero is going to dodge this cookie, though. Not going to find much else, though.
At the same time on Ifrit.
Oh, yeah, now they're going in with that TP. They want this kill on Ifrit, and they will get it. They do rotate 4 for it, though.
Yeah, but too slow. I think ESK is the only one that can really catch up to any of the Dire heroes, so they're able to get in and get out pretty cleanly. And he almost still working on Orchid actually on Zero.
He's close. He's got the first staff, I believe. Or no, he doesn't, because he went for double robes first, which is good because that's damage. That damage, beefy boy. Yeah, he's basically got the first staff here. He's actually calling it in. Actually, he's probably not going to call it. He's probably just going to hold on to it and then rotate eventually. Top lane? We're good in the top lane.
And with Ravage, Zero needs to be a little bit careful, but Flea actually intercepts him, and Zero doesn't have... Oh, no. He does have his regular TP, but he's going to get remnanted.
Yep. He is dead in every way, shape, and form. Picked off there.
And that's the danger of Nature's versus Bloodseeker, is if you get ruptured and you don't have your you know, in the backpack slotted TP off cooldown, you can't TP out of Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he TP'd to the bot lane after getting that kill over at the Ancient stack on Ifrit.
Ifrit got his revenge.
Yeah, he was fine with that. He was like, okay, you killed me then, I'll kill you now. Even though Sword is the one that got it.
has a very interesting build. He's maxed out Blood Rage and Thirst. He's only got 1 point in Blood Right. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
For this game, he got the value point in silence because there's only very specific things he needs to silence in this game. For example, being Nature's Prophet TP or the Freezing Field from Crystal Maiden, or I guess maybe Drow multi-shot. And if Puck is ever caught into it, obviously the Dream Coil. Maybe he wanted to farm better. He went for that pure damage build. Right off the get-go for that blood damage.
Oh,
right?
Yamson.
Yamson
Got picked off.
He's getting picked by supports. Oh, no.
And ESK.
Yeah, well, just this Void Spirit is... They're dominating with the vision that they have. In fact, pointing it out now, they have this Radiant Ward here. I think they placed it right afterwards.
Oh, and CY TP'd bot, but I think that might have been a mistake.
They didn't hear the TP.
Trapped. But yeah,
keep.
Now mid, ESK just needs to not get coiled, and he looks like he'll be fine as well. But Sword is getting eyed up.
Yep, he gets Clockwork hooked in there. The cogs to follow up, but the Ravage defensively. He actually manages to do a lot of damage with this, and Sword not really afraid anymore with the Phoenix Burn. Will heal him up for the time being, but the Rupture goes out on Ryoya. Don't know if he knows he has it on him at the moment. He's slowly dying,
not able to get out.
Jubei will fall. Ryoya at very low HP. They see him on the high ground. They'll have to let him go, though. 1-for-1 trade there. I mean, you lose your Tide. That's a little bit more important than your Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, and I mean, he used his big ulti as well, which is kind of unfortunate, but I mean, Jubei and Fui have been marking up the map. They've just honestly been playing pretty perfectly. They've been making a lot of space, especially for Yamsun. I mean, Yamsun's got a Dragon Lance. He's farming up very quickly now. This multi-shot does a lot of damage.
You see, he's actually going BKB next because it's just... He's trying real hard. He can't do anything in this game without it.
It's the Void Sphere jumping him, the Phoenix jumping him, the Snap Mortimer's Kisses, Ravage. It's a good BKB game.
Yeah, there's no other item that this drought should be looking at. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it on Nature's eventually, but I mean, we're seeing this Nature's. He's very close to the silence now. He's actually just basically 100 gold away. So he will be able to silence these team fights. He'll be able to break Egg beforehand because there's no Yules on this Phoenix yet. He is going to go for Yules next after getting this Veil. Ryoya is here. Just chilling. He wants this bot damage. I mean, that's the thing, right? That's Puck. You got this Blink Dagger, which you don't have yet. You got a Yules, which you are going to get.
He's got the Boots of Travel. Just as annoying, I think. He'll just be able to be in every lane.
In the mid lane, immediately, we see Flea coming in there with the hook, and the value point silence finally on Yamsun will find this confirmed kill. Zero actually.
They'll be able to convert this tower mid, I think, finally.
Yeah, they want this tower. They want the last little tower they can get so they can start putting some aggressive map vision down, but looks like they're holding on to it for now. They don't want to heavily push it in just yet. Clockwork's next item, and current only item he's going for, by the way, is going to be a BKB. But both of the silences coming out.
That is crazy. Oh my goodness.
Both of the silences finally coming out from both sides here. Nature's with his and Void Spirit with his.
Yeah, they both rushed Orchid, so I mean, we'll have to see. So it's just a positional advantage at that point. Whoever sees the other person first is really going to be the one in trouble. Because like you said, It's Okay really has a lot of burst damage, whereas Black and Yellow, aside from Puck, they really need to get a hold of you, and they can't really let you go.
Okay.
And they're moving on to Ryoya.
Yeah, they are smoked on. It's okay, but
he's going for the DD.
He's like, there's a DD here. Flea grabs it. He's like,
he's going back and forth, but I think they're gonna find him.
It's like half their smoke time. They throw out a scan. They know he's not there. They see the orb flying through, so they know he's in a general range. The silence is there. The Yules, he uses it offensively, which will slow down this aggression. The Remnant to whiff completely.
Yeah, they didn't have enough heroes there to catch him, and I mean, they honestly don't have the right heroes to catch him, but still. Oh, Flea got ruptured mid.
Yeah, he's kind of stuck here. They have the Ravage if they want to get him, and they Ravage and they miss him. And all they're really gonna get from this is Jubei. If he dies, even the Phoenix comes in, doesn't drop the egg. He's double silenced as well. He needs to stay alive for this, but the Drow to find the confirm with Yamsun. Now Sword on the sidelines. No slows available. They find this pickoff. That's huge for them. The Phoenix is going to be back in 20 seconds. They want to defend this tower. Why are you still here, Sword? Please leave. Ask, what are you doing? He gets silenced immediately. The kisses do go out, but there's nothing preventing them from getting caught.
And the hook from
comes
Flea.
the hook. The boy comes in. He will still go down. Zero is going to eat the dirt. Ifrit getting very low HP. He's out of there. But they will find this kill on Esk. That's still a very good trade for them. The Yules is going to follow up as well. The Snapfire in very big trouble here. The root is there. The stun to slow down this aggression for the time being. But bam, bam, wada, bing, bam. He gets this kill from the Clockwork. Rio, the one to confirm it.
Man, it was just a beautiful collapse on mid. I feel so bad for Sword. He just could have had a super easy kill on Flea, and then Flea comes back. He walks all the way back from Fountain, and then gets the hook shot on Ifrit and Esk. It's like, this guy's on something else. And he's getting a BKB.
I mean, you gotta think, and like, remember, this is a point I made a lot earlier into our draft, is that all these guys, they play pubs against each other literally every day. Like, Jube is streaming every single day, or not every single day, he does take days off, but it's just, like, these guys are streaming, playing Dota games every single day of their life. They see these guys in pubs all the time, and they're like, I know what'll tilt this man, and this is what they do.
And if you see on Zero, he's got a BKB queued up, but he also has the shard queued up already.
Oh, I want to see it. Like, it's such good damage, too. It's just like, this is their pushing hero, too. Like, Drow isn't going for the big push Drow build. Drow's going for sustainability and damage. So, like, Nature's Prophet going for the big boy treants that comes out of the shard is going to be a huge pushing problem.
This next Ravage is really going to be make or break, because they are closing in on these BKBs. I mean, Yamsun BKB is 500 away. Okay, Flea's BKB is an entire component away, but then your Clock's going to have a BKB, and all of your other heroes are really going to be a lot stronger. I think they need to do something on It's Okay before it's too late.
Yeah, they're definitely, it's clock time, boys. That's basically it. You're 100% correct on that. BKB, though. Like, here's the thing. Do you think that It's Okay is able to even parse this game to even go further? Because a lot of It's Okay's heroes seem like a mid-game capitalizing draft. Like, late game, Snap is all right. He's not a core, but, you know, once you go late game with Snap, you pick up core items. Like
I'll be honest.
Attack, multi-shot.
I think that if you swapped the Void Spirit and the Puck, then there'd be a chance.
Speaking of Puck, he will actually go down here. So that's a good pick off for them. The TP did TP in as well, so not gonna get much with that TP in, though. He does have his hard TP available. He's pumping his Nature's ult there at the moment. There it is.
Yeah, I don't think, like you said before, going late is going to be too great. I mean, the thing is, all of these, there are so many early BKBs in this game. If it does go late, that is really good for the Tide, but we've got to get there, right? If anything, this game is going to go at least another 20 minutes. And then I think It's Okay has some pretty good chances.
Yeah, but that is what they're playing on, basically. They do get this tower. The Gust is there. This is dead.
BKB.
Boy. They get this kill immediately, and there's that BKB like you're saying. Yamsung's just like Mortimer's kisses. That's funny. He finds this kill out on Nikwo in the time being. The silence is there, though. It's a beautiful cookie combo. The Gust is going to be there. Yansung, the only one alive at this point in time. The coil goes through. They find this coil immediately out onto this poor Bloodseeker. They are going to get him, though, ever so slowly. Finally finding the kill. The silence is there from Ryoya. Gets the attacks out from Jaunting in. Now Sword hits the dirt. The only one left is ZY. ZY with no cookie. I lied. He's got the cookie, and they will get this kill. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 5-man team wipe.
Yeah, ESK just got so greedy. They finished off the tower, but he just let himself get Orchid hookshot, and he just doesn't have the tools to survive that. He's not building his own Yules. He's getting a BKB. He just died, plain and simple. And the Ravage, it wasn't even late. It's just Yamsun was ready. He responded completely appropriately. He has his BKB. He's not afraid of anyone on the Radiant at all. It's Okay, has nothing to play versus Yamsun right now. He's just going to continue to farm up.
Like, even if the BKB goes down to 5 seconds for the Drow, like, Ravage's effective point in time is that 5-second window, really. Because 2.8 seconds of Ravage time. If he just goes straight with that BKB, if it's down to that a 5-second period of time, 5 seconds buys a lot of time for Yamsun to go late. And by the time that the BKB is 5 seconds, he's going to deal a lot of damage. And I mean, you could already see it. He's going for this. He's going for the ultimate slow build for Drow. He's going for the Eye of Scotty, which is great because the Eye of Scotty does do the regen debuff now. And
maybe we'll see the hypothermia, the Frost Arrow shard.
Maybe. Hypothermia wouldn't be bad here, actually.
I've never
Crossbows,
seen it before, to be honest.
I mean, if an enemy dies with Thermia, they blow up into 60 magic damage per stack.
So a 300 damage nuke, assuming you've got 5 arrows on the person you're killing.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if you want that, I guess, but I don't think you go for hypothermia. It doesn't give it more slow, but it does give it more degen, reducing the regen. So, I mean, what Scotty's looks like 40%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 40% on top of that makes it 50%, but it's what's the Tide's regen even at? It's at 17.
Yeah, and he has Ravage up again. I think he's gonna try to farm up this Blink Dagger, but like I said before, something's got to happen soon. I feel like otherwise this game is gonna get almost impossible for It's Okay. The good news is they can never take Roche really on black and yellow unless all the heroes are dead. They can't really snowball that aspect of the game, but now Zero's finishing up his BKB, and I think Flea has his BKB. Okay.
Yeah, Flea's got it now. He's going for Ags next. Going for the overclock still.
No jetpack.
The jetpack is just such a weirdly designed spell. Have you seen it in action? Like, he just goes up into the air, like, uncontrollably. He doesn't know what he's doing when he's up there.
I can only imagine an overclocked, jetpacked clockwork.
We just get stunned when you're in the air and jetpack. That's just...
Oh, and he got ruptured top?
Yeah, he starts the TP, though. That's the thing about Bloodseeker, right? Get ruptured. Oh, I'm just gonna leave. Bye.
Oh, and I understand the importance of rushing this Orchid on Void Spirit, but I feel like their catch is so gypped in this game. I feel like without the Yule Scepter, there are really no heroes to jump and catch anyone. The Snapfire doesn't do it, the Phoenix doesn't. The Tide definitely can't, but even though he is coming up on that Blink Dagger, but there's no casual catch ever. I feel like because of that, they're losing out on a lot of kills.
I mean, the closest catch-based stun that you have is Snapfire, and it's based on if a person's in the right spot. Speaking of in the right spot, though, Druid Code goes down. That's one dead Snapfire. And now they're going to take Roche.
Yeah, they got the scariest hero probably, even though BKB is kind of counter her, but popping Ifrit's BKB, I mean, even if he walks over, he can just blood rate it. He'll just die if he gets too close. And this is becoming a problem for It's Okay.
Takes ages here.
Yamson.
Okay, he swapped there. I'm like, I'm waiting for the slot. I don't know where it's going. But yeah, Yamsung will take it. He has died quite a bit, but, you know, it's a game, all right.
The thing is, I don't think he's really going to die more. I think it's going to really... Oh.
Puck up in the top lane, does have the Yules. Unable to find the phase shift timer, but gets it just in time. But he has to phase shift perfectly if he wants to live, but it's not going to get it.
And the thing is, that would have been perfect, right? But that was really his own Yules that set that up, you know? But, oh, Zero mid.
Yep, Zero throwing out his BKB. He's like, I'm not afraid of you, Ifrit. I'm afraid of your whole entire team. No, he starts the TP. He gets ruptured.
Out.
Oh, it doesn't move in the base. He's fine, but Sword now getting healed up by these treants. This whole team is
and he does have Blink Ravage, but there's an agent. Oh, no, Sword.
Oh, Sword. Oh, he doesn't pop the BKB in time here. They see this, but he doesn't want the BKB. The Flea comes in there with the call. The egg is going down on top of Flea. They get the egg kill. The Aegis is expended. Jubei slowly killing Sword ever so slowly with the Crystal Maiden Storm. And by the way, Drow didn't use her BKB, so they can still take this team fight. They have 15 seconds left until the puck is back up online. Flea revealing. See why no overclock available. Nature's Prophet starting the TP. Cogs. Oh,
almost.
I gotta find it.
Yep, immediately to the towers, though. I mean, they lost their Aegis, but it's just net worth. I mean, it jumped up, I think, from a 7k net worth lead to now a 13k net worth lead, even after killing Rioya.
Look at this chart here. There was one point in time where the net worth went up to 5, and now it's at 13, 14.
Another hook.
Hook again. Lee is finding
the cookie!
Oh, no!
In the wrong direction.
They cookied in the wrong way like you're talking about. They got to get the clicks on him. There's no bash or hero in this game, so he is going to be able to TP out of this one, but he expended a BKB charge, putting it now at 8 seconds. Poor communication there with that cookie. Oh, man.
And I mean, we talked briefly about the BKBs running short on the Dire side, but if Ifri doesn't have a long BKB, his hero is going to get really, really hard to play. He's going to need to save it longer and longer, and I think eventually it's just going to be too much for his hero. I mean, he's going a Basher now, but I don't know if that's going to be quite enough. They really just need to get something with this next Ravage. Like, I keep saying it's always this next Ravage, but it's yet to happen.
It really is. The Ravage literally is dictating everything, because you saw with the egg in the last team fight that, like, just egg alone is not going to be good enough. He died immediately to egg. So it's just, or he died being in egg. He's not level 18 yet either. He doesn't have his Aghanim Scepter, which increases the amount. Nor is he level 25 to increase the Supernova amount either. So it's just, there's a lot that he's got to work with. And, like, the egg is not going to be enough. It is literally the next Ravage that dictates the way of the game.
And net worth lead is stabilizing for now, but Yamsung is increasing at a steady pace. And I mean, once he gets a butterfly, this Drow is going to feel like your buildings are die. That is what's going to happen as soon as this butterfly's up.
Okay, so I don't mean to alarm you, but I went to the win probability again. Like, you know how last game where you got just 15% flat for picking Spectre? It looks like this game you get 5% flat for picking, I want to think, Void Spirit.
It makes sense.
Like,
but
you just see, like, I don't get where they get this. This little extra bit here.
They're just overvaluing ESK, maybe, you know?
Oh, you know what? Maybe it does it based on fantasy points at the very beginning. You know, that
that would be
nobody
interesting.
actually looks at anymore.
Well, then Yamsung would be leagues above.
Yeah,
but
good point. So it's not fantasy score then.
maybe it is just the void. Maybe it's the Snapfire actually.
It might be
I feel like
Snap.
that hero might be the ticker.
By the way, Jubei now going for his own BKB.
It's just such a good BKB game. I mean, there are very few items that you need in this game, honestly, to play versus It's OK's lineup. Like, at this point, you don't really care about getting a Lincoln Sphere. The Rupture doesn't really matter. I mean, Lincoln's actually just blocks, like, Rupture and Orchid. That's it. So just get a BKB. Be happy.
5-man
Smoke up.
This is the big one. They're like, these are the two heroes we want.
Hopefully he's got the
Flare goes
flare.
out. It
Oh, ESK
finds
is just
Esk.
running in.
And he wants to bait is the thing, though. They find him immediately with the coil to follow up the leash, but is that BKB
That's
going to
an
do
Ag's
anything
coil.
to Drow? Bam! They find this kill easy peasy, and they're not done yet, though. ZY is going to get cut out on the sideline. Silenced up immediately, because guess what? The Mindbreaker is up on this Nature's, and they find this kill. Meanwhile, in the... looks like at the Rune, they were trying to fight for that Arcane, but unable to get that one. Coil is already expended. No Roche, obviously. We still have it on the... no, the Drow already used it. Right, we saw that team fight.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. ESK, he saw he was flared. He just ran. He just was running right into him. Oh, now Sword?
Yeah.
I don't think Sword could possibly die here. But
Yeah,
he's
no,
getting pressured.
he's just getting slowly pinged down, and it's not going to change much here, but it's not like Puck doesn't have a lot of damage. Like, you could
But
see.
here they are in the mid
He
wave.
went for Maelstrom as well.
Oh,
Gust.
almost.
Barely going to whiff there. I mean, even if you're gusted, it does no damage, so silence.
Oh,
Is
you
gonna be
actually would have
purged,
been dead
though.
there if his Aeon just didn't proc.
100%. Slow goes out. They manage to hit Ifrit with it. They get this tower. Are they going to get more with it, though? There's no Aegis. Blinks in immediately, but the silence is there.
he's
His
got
Yule
Yule still.
is
Big
up. The
Ravage.
Ravage expended, but there's nobody there to deal damage. Ryoya will hit the floor, though. There is no buyback available for him. The egg goes down. It's right on top of
yeah,
Lee.
but TP'd
They
out.
TP'd
He doesn't want
A.
this.
Lee's out of here, actually. They want to be gone. Zero starts the hard TP, too. Everyone's just leaving. They're like, okay, we have no Dream Coil. We need to leave.
Yeah, they. I think Relay just bit off a little bit more than he could chew. He did he even get his Yules off? No, it doesn't look like he was able to. He just got taken out really, really quickly, and it wasn't able to get any of his spells off.
Yeah, he just got perma-stun locked. The Ravage. I mean, it wasn't on him. I think he might have got clipped by it, actually.
That would make sense. Oh, but Ifrit's just dying.
Oh, no. Just slow and insidious death. He's
Oh,
like, yeah, you
no.
can Ravage me all you want, but...
Oh, no. It's okay, though.
I mean, Yamsung wasn't able to really move freely, but, you know, still gets the kill anyway.
And they're the big boys. Every Sprout, we'll see 2 of those. 108 damage. Greater Treants.
God, they actually look scary if you look at their profile picture thing. Like that actually is scary.
It's the evergreen trees are scary.
If you look at it like, you know, on the top down, looking at it from like the normal view, they look perfectly fine. But looking at that greater treant picture, evil back up in the top. The silence is there. The root's gonna follow. There's no follow-up though. Zero unable to get it with the Mind Breaker. He opened with it. The flare. Overclock.
No hook shot.
Not available.
And I mean, I'm guessing at this point, I mean, if Roche respawns in 15 seconds, they'll probably just go over there. I mean, if It's Okay is able to win a fight, at least Black and Yellow aren't thinking about buybacks right now. They're just buying out whatever they can. But Butterfly is finished on Yamsun, and Roche will respawn in 1. Nope. Delayed.
It's not a long one though. It's just another minute. What's the timer on this treant? 30 seconds. Okay. Actually, here it is right here. The gold bounty for treants is 8, and the XP bounty is 12. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know it actually said that right there. Ew. I want to see what it is for the event awards.
Oh, and Zero almost has a Daedalus.
Oh, that's scary.
Okay, he's going Hex. Never mind.
Hey, I mean, in fairness, Nature's Prophet, like, you want to get more of these big old disables. There's a lot of hero. Oh, it's okay.
5-man smoke.
They are 5-manned right now. Sword with Ravage and
Sword really needs to catch him off guard. Somebody. They see Jubei.
Well, they don't really.
They don't want. Oh, they see Yamsun.
All right, he breaks the smoke, and not to mention just huge chunks of damage from that MP ult whizzing through. They will manage to find the kill, but a 3-man coil goes through. The buyback from Crystal Maiden, the Ravage. Not being thrown out just quite yet, though. They're trying to do the Mortimer's Kisses. It's not going to find anything. Why is going to be the first one to fly, but they find the kill on Ifrit. Jubei starting the channel. In comes the Ravage, but it's too little too late. Purely defensive. As you can see over here, Sword's going to be the first one to get picked off here. The tree ring is going to slow him down. Finds the kill. Back up in the top lane. Clockwork actually in a bit of trouble on top of Esk. The TP from Nature's Prophet, though, comes in. The silence to follow suit. They will find this kill. They want more. Nikwa, he does have escape available, and now he does have the Yules to follow through. Silence is gonna be there. They get it. That's a 5-man team wipe. Black and Yellow.
Like
the Roshan is live.
Yeah, I think Ifrit. I'm all of that team fight down to Jubei. He immediately popped his BKB to get rid of. It looks like it was just Frostbite, or maybe it was Yamsun Silence. But Ifrit popped that BKB, and at that point, it was only a 7-second BKB, and he died. He died before everyone else. And Sword wasn't able to find the Ravage in time. And now I think the game is looking real grim for It's Okay.
I mean, you could look at Zero. He's just confidently clicking away on Sword. He knows that he could just leave at any point in time. But look at these trees. They're just
he doesn't even care about buybacks.
Yeah, he's just they're not afraid of this at all. Zero is gonna TP home though. He's very low HP at the time being. Yamsun gonna be disengaged, but they got the Aegis. I believe that was just the cheese one as well. So no Ag, Shard, or Refresher. It's not like a Refresher would be good on the side of Black and Yellow anyway.
Oh, I mean, you say that, but we've got Overclock. We've got 4 hooks.
Triple Overclock. Feels good, man. Revenant goes through. Sword caught in trees. He's got no Quelling Blade. He does have a Ghost Scepter.
Okay.
Cookies actually onto this now very
Yamsun might actually die.
They get this kill on the Drow. They have the tree ring going out on Esco. The follow-up Silence as well. The BKB not available quite yet. It's now up and ready to go. Yamsun clicking away. He needs to disengage, but he's currently ruptured at the moment, but he's going to be perfectly fine. The Silence goes out. They see the egg, and it's like, okay, well, we'll kill the egg now. Yamsun now with no rupture on him. He's just going to kill all the heroes. Clockwork Hook goes in. They find the jump, the root, the follow-up. The stun is going to be there. There's the Silence and the confirm. Yamsun to take yet another kill.
Look, he's walked in. He couldn't get through. He had to phase through the Sprout.
And Zero is going to find this kill out onto Ifrit. Now the Fountain kill as well. The Rampage, question
Maybe
mark?
a Rampage
Are they going to get it? Riolia's like, I'm going to give you some sight. Come on, get it. No, the Ravage.
Nice Ravage.
Is it enough time? That's the question. I don't know what the timer is for Ravage. It's there. Rampage.
And
another side of Yamsun. They might get a double. There it is, the double Rampage for Yamsun, and the GG is going to be called. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2-0 for the side of Black and Yellow.
think just a complete outdraft.
Ooh, trees.
Almost. There are trees in the ancient. There were trees everywhere.
Oh, game
But
client.
that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
game
it was-
client out of date. Patch.
Patch question mark nerf
as every Dota player feels. Or
patch
thinks.
question mark nerf orb of corrosion question mark.
I mean, I'd be okay with the Iron Talon treatment. Remove it from the game.
No, I don't. No, I liked Iron Talon. It's been
No,
removed
no.
twice
Get rid of orb.
in
Get
all
rid
of
orb.
history.
Well,
Well, I
so is
know, but I
Foreman
don't want to
Shield.
remove it. That's not how you solve the problem.
I remember PMS.
People still jungle. Oh
yeah.
man. But yeah,
I mean,
that was definitely an exciting game. I was kind of indifferent on the Drow pickup at the end there, but it just showed so much potential right at the end, and it just dominated. But
Well,
that's
and
not to say without the help of everybody else. The Clockwork played perfectly. Zero with that rush for the Orchid. It's a very strong thing for him. And then just Ryoya, as always, just showing off he's a good puck player.
Well, I think ESK really gambled for the Orchid Rush. He got it at the same time as Zero, and he did get, I think, 2 kills on Ryoya that definitely were undeserved just because Ryoya went for the Boots of Travel, Mule's Blink, or whatever, where he self-fueled off and then just got Aether Remnanted. But aside from that, It's OK's draft just has a lot of holes in it. There's who creates plays on the map, you know? It's really, really difficult for them to ever find the opportunities they really needed to get that mid-game rolling. And if you're just AFK farming versus a Drow Ranger, I think you're just going to lose. Drow natures, no less.
Yeah, there's a lot of that potential farm. And not to mention, there was a lot of vision throughout the game, too. Like Zero was able to do whatever they want. The Clockwork, like you were saying, it is that hero that kind of dominates when you're trying to do AFK farming. It wasn't an easy game for It's Okay. But that
And what is that? Puck is 3-1 in these games, 2-0s. I think only the first Puck failed, but Puck is so strong. All these teams value it so heavily for a very good reason.
I mean, there's a lot of NA players that really value this Puck pickup, and you can't really just let it get away, but at the same time, there's all these other picks and bans you kind of have to do. Like, you have to ban Bat Rider Phase 1. You have to ban Lycan eventually. Have to ban the Timbersaw. Like, there's a lot of things that are really good against the drafts right now. You have to ban Mars. Like, Mars is good against against Puck. That's the one game we did see where Puck didn't win, was because Mars was just arena skewering them every single time.
Well, and this was even the one team that was undoubtedly playing the most varied heroes, especially in qualifiers. But even them, it looks like, I mean, meta is meta, right? They get dragged back into it, and Black and Yellow just played better.
And overall, they come out with that being the 2-0 victory. Overall, just playing way too crazy. So, congrats to Black and Yellow for taking a 2-0 in today's series, as well as congrats to Undying for taking a 2-0 as well. They both stay in the upper brackets. While It's Okay.
Mean it will be Black and Yellow versus Undying tomorrow?
Will it be? Let me check. I have the brackets up on the Wikipedia, so...
Because I feel like that's like a El Clasico right there. That's like a 8.5k average NA pub.
Oh, looks like it's Undying versus 5-Man Midas.
Oh,
So,
I see. Okay.
The winner of Team Dog Champ versus the Byzantine Raiders will be facing up against Black and Yellow.
Okay.
But tomorrow, or I don't know if it's tomorrow, but loser bracket will be Aristotle versus Electronic Boys, which is January 8th. So that is tomorrow. And then the other loser bracket game, which is also tomorrow, is yet to be determined. But It's Okay will be facing whoever the loser is of Dog Champ versus Byzantine. And Dog Champ,
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure, has... Dog Champ was the...
Lukey team.
Yeah,
Audi
Lukey
9
team.
versus the A and B team, no less. I'm sure that's the game to watch right now, especially if it's still going on.
It's definitely a very spicy game. But speaking of spicy games, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us today on the main BTS channel. Tune in tomorrow where we will have 2 more games for you at the same time, 12 p.m. PST and 3 p.m. PST tomorrow. So game number 1, I think we've already checked, should be the Aristotle versus Electronic Boys. You saw Aristotle earlier today Will they be able to beat Electronic Boys in the lower bracket, or will they be eliminated? Who knows? Find out tomorrow. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time for some more Dota 2 action.
Bye, guys.